Bird's eye fish fingers. Believe it or not, they were the subject of the first ever radio advertisement broadcast in a car way back in the early 70s. And ever since then, radio has remained one of the most popular ways for advertisers to try and reach you. The good thing about it for us is if you don't want to hear the sales pitch, you just change the channel, don't you? Simple. However, and here's the topic of today's video, there's a new, more sinister, more invasive approach which has begun to get a bit of a foothold. Now, it's not so commonplace yet that you're hearing many people talk about it, especially here in the UK, but it is absolutely coming. Unoffensively termed as New Age marketing, it involves making use of that huge screen that you'll often find in modern cars that you paid for to show advertisements. Yeah, advertisements. Now, these can be from the manufacturers themselves for things like extended warranties or even new car models, whatever they feel like promoting basically. Or they can be from completely unrelated third-party companies as well, who have paid for the privilege of having it displayed in your car in the hopes that you're going to buy something. Now, let me begin by giving you an idea what's happening behind the scenes with this new industry, because that's what it is. It's big enough that it is a new arm of the marketing industry. There are a number of startups out there now focused specifically on this business model. Now, one of the most successful that I'm going to speak of here is the dubiously named, and you need to be a bit careful with this one, Fourscreen. So this is a German company, and so far they've signed up Stellantis, Mercedes, Audi, and this year Volkswagen. So they've got traction, absolutely. The way in which their system works in particular is by showing paid advertisements for businesses on the navigation map, or by allowing advertisers to purchase top rankings in user searches. If a user puts in a search for a restaurant or something like that, the paid advertisements are going to show up first. A bit like how Google works currently, but in your car, on your map. That again, you paid for. But here's the thing, it can still fire ads directly onto the screen if it deems it necessary and contextually correct to do so. The examples given are like an EV driver with a low battery. An ad will show up for a charger station, or if someone's been travelling for more than 2 hours, a pop-up is going to appear for a nearby coffee shop that again has paid for their ad to show on your screen. These paid recommendations, they can also have things like free drinks or different offers on them to try and tempt you in as well. And on the advertiser's side, they call it your in-car marketing opportunity. And they've already recruited a number of clients on that side as well, away from the OEMs like Mercedes and VW. Their clients are people like McDonald's and Shell. You know, the ones, big favourite corporate conglomerates. I'm not sure we're living in a world where more promotion of fast food is needed, but they're certainly getting something out of it. Here's a quote from McDonald's marketing manager. Our collaboration with Fourscreen, nearly caught me out again there, allowed us to reach our target audience where they are, on the road. The success of the in-car marketing campaign not only exceeded our expectations, but also demonstrated the power of innovative marketing solutions. Now, I mentioned this particular company, Fourscreen, just in case you had any doubt that this horribly invasive practice is coming. Real-world mass manufacturers, they are signing up in their droves. But the actual concept, it's nothing all that new. In fact, Ford filed a patent last year for tech that eavesdrops on occupants and then serves up tailored ads based on what's been discussed in the car. This is the patent here. So an in-vehicle advertisement presentation system and methods are disclosed herein. An example method includes determining vehicle info for a trip, the vehicle information including one or more of a current vehicle location, a vehicle speed, drive mode and or traffic information, determining user information, the user information including any one or more of a route predictions for a trip, a speed prediction and or destination, determining user preferences for advertisements from one or more of audio signals from within the vehicle and or historical user data. And so it goes on. No, I mean, we can't normalise this. We just can't have this. We've gotten used to it to a degree, haven't we? Tailored ads. I mean, the idea of using personal data to profit, that's nothing new. It's something that corporations have been doing for years now, which brings me on to Incogni, who have very kindly sponsored this video today. Now, Incogni, this is a personal information removal service, which is why I felt it's so relevant to include in this video. I mean, it's not uncommon for companies who hold information on you to sell that data to their partners. Now, thankfully, there are laws and protections around this sort of thing, so you can request that your details be removed. But that's a lengthy, convoluted process. That's where Incogni comes in. You sign up, you give them permission to request that you be removed from these lists, and they take care of all the legwork. My own personal details have shown up in places that I never would have predicted, some of which seem incredibly sketchy, the kinds of places that scammers absolutely love. And as much as I don't want my details being there, I don't have the endless hours to spend submitting all these requests and following up on them to make sure they've actually removed me, which is why I really value a service like this, keeping a lookout. If you happen to find information about yourself online, just copy the link, submit it as a custom removal, and they'll have that taken down as well. Now, if you want to see where you're appearing, you'll find a 60% discount along with a link in my description. Thank you, Incogni, for the sponsor, and also taking a bit of a stand against our own information being used against us. So you've got Ford snooping on conversations, you got Fourscreen firing coffee shops at you, you got the manufacturer trying to sell you an extended warranty. You get the idea. Everyone is jumping on the bandwagon. Another one that's been prolific, somewhat ironically, is digital radio. I mention this because Louis Rossman, he recently covered a story about how difficult it was for an owner to opt out of receiving these full screen ads. After several calls, it turned out that he had to make a personal account with Sirius XM, the company behind the ads that were showing up, provide his radio ID, and then disable the in-vehicle ads under marketing preferences in his own personal account. All of this to opt out of receiving ads from the company that he never chose to do business with in the car that he paid for. If we've reached the point where we need to start thinking about ad blockers for our cars, then something's gone spectacularly wrong, hasn't it? I mean, you bought the thing, you fuel it, you tax it, you insure it, and now it's going to start trying to sell you a coffee every time you drive past a Costa. Nah, we can't put up with that. Of course, let me know your thoughts on this subject. Personally, I think it's intrusive, annoying, potentially dangerous, but sadly, quite predictable. What we really need are car lobotomists. There's a business model that will do well in years to come. Now, as ever, thank you so much for watching. Please do hit the like button if you've enjoyed this. Hit subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Take care, folks.